welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, our mission is a deep dive into something really specific. We're looking at hyper-localized solutions.
Right.
Specifically, how experts manage water drainage in, well, one of Canada's most historic and tricky neighborhoods, Gastown in Vancouver.
And we're using some fantastic insights here from the experts at Pacific Blue Mechanical who really know this area.
Yeah.
And when you actually picture Gastown, just think about those cobblestones, the steep hills, the narrow streets. You realize pretty quick that a standard off-the-shelf solution just won't work there. It's impossible.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Gastown's uniqueness. You've got the hills, buildings packed right together, and some of these pipes are, pushing 150 years old?
At least.
That's got to create some massive runoff challenges when you get a big rainstorm. So what's the biggest non-standard solution they have to use?
Well, it's not just about the amount of water, it's the speed, the velocity, and all the debris it carries.
Right.
Because it's so sloped and so dense, experts have to custom design every single part of the system.
Every part?
Every part. Take something like a catch basin.
Okay.
In Gastown, they're absolutely vital. They slow that rushing water down and, they trap all the heavy stuff, dirt, pieces of old cobblestone before it gets down and clogs up those antique pipes under the street.
So it's like a pre-filter. You're protecting the past while managing the present.
Exactly.
Now, I know the Pacific Blue Mechanical material also mentions French drains. How does that even work? I mean, burying a pipe in gravel when space is so tight and you can't risk digging near old foundations?
That's a great question, and it's a huge challenge. In a place like this, you have to think of French drains as surgical tools.
Surgical, okay.
They create this very clean, very precise underground channel right next to a historic foundation. And these foundations are often shallow, very vulnerable to water. The drain just gently pulls that moisture away.
So it's a targeted defense.
It's a precise defense where a big, clumsy, traditional system would just be impossible to install.
This focus on localization, on this kind of surgical work, it must lead to some pretty big payoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, beyond just stopping your basement from flooding, can we talk about the financial difference this makes for a property owner?
For sure. The immediate win is, you're avoiding a catastrophic 5-figure repair bill. Not to mention just keeping the sidewalks and roads safe for people.
Right.
But long-term, financially, a reliable water system dramatically increases your property value. Buyers see that quality drainage and they see, guaranteed longevity. It's a much better return than a place known for water problems.
And what about the environmental side? The source mentions things like rain gardens, but in a cramped place like Gastown, are those actually practical? Or is it more of a nice idea?
No, they're completely practical, even if they're small. And what's fascinating is that even these little strategically placed rain gardens provide a huge cleanup benefit. They act as biofilters, they soak up the extra stormwater, and they clean out pollutants before it ever enters the main city system.
So they're doing double duty.
They really are. It minimizes pollution and it supports the local ecology. That's that environmental goodness piece right there.
It sounds like, old problems need some very modern solutions. How are professionals even diagnosing hidden issues inside these ancient, complex networks?
Well, they rely on some pretty advanced tech. I mean, they do visual checks, of course, but the real game changer is often thermal imaging.
Like a heat camera.
Exactly. It can detect these tiny temperature differences caused by hidden moisture, pockets of water behind walls, under foundations. It finds the problem way before you ever see a stain on your ceiling.
And technology is also making the systems themselves smarter, right?
Yeah.
What are these smart drainage systems actually sensing?
They install sensors that monitor the flow rate and the pressure in the pipes in real time.
Okay.
So if water suddenly slows down or the pressure spikes, the sensors send that data back instantly. City planners know exactly where a blockage is starting to form, not just that there is one somewhere.
Which lets them get ahead of it before a street floods.
Lets them be proactive, before it becomes a huge mess.
But that means we can't forget the basics. Even with all the smart tech, I'm guessing annual maintenance is still key.
It is the key. Experts advise checking your whole drainage system, especially cleaning out your gutters and downspouts at least once a year.
Or more, probably, after a heavy rain season.
Even more. That simple, proactive care is what makes sure these intricate custom systems actually last and do their job.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Our deep dive, looking at these challenges highlighted by Pacific Blue Mechanical, it really shows that understanding localization Gastown's unique hills, its old pipes, its history, that leads directly to real benefits. better safety, a healthier environment, and a real increase in property value.
And that brings up a really important question for the future, I think. With extreme rainfall becoming more common because of climate change, how can historic districts like Gastown adapt? How do they scale up these kinds of technologies to handle floods that are going to be bigger than anything they've seen before?
That is something critical to mull over. We'll see you on the next deep dive.